Well, hello everyone, this is Joe Drums coming to you. I hope everybody out there is doing great. I'm doing awesome. Still teaching drum lessons. The Rush Band is still intact. We're still getting ready to get back together soon here because we usually take a break for the winter. But we're going to get back into the studio and start practicing again. And so I'll keep you informed with what's going on with that. But today, speaking of Rush and Rush tribute bands, if you have a Rush tribute band, or if you have, you know, a means of getting yourself a Roland Octopad, and I have the Roland Octopad SPD 30. If you have a means of getting that, I've got a really neat thing you can do with it and get yourself to have the sounds of some of the Neil Peart tempo blocks, the Tribels and Beltree and Crotale and regular cowbell. So we're going to talk about how to program those into the Roland Octopad today. So I thought it'd be really interesting and helpful to other drummers out there that are wanting to get these sounds without, you know, having to go buy the go-go bells or the tri-bells or the tempo blocks and all the other percussion stuff. Unless they really wanted to, they could do that. But if you have the Roland Octopad, you can definitely get some decent sounds out of those. So we're going to talk about programming that today and getting those tuned so that they sound pretty close to the record. I've been listening to the live version and the studio versions to get the pitches correctly, and I think I've pretty much done that. So let's go ahead and take a look at that right now. I'm going to show you how to program it, and we'll get that going. It's not too hard. It'll probably take you 5 to 10 minutes to do it, and you'll be good to go, and then you'll have all the necessary sounds to be able to play some of the earlier Rush stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Roland Octopad now. Okay, and what you see here is the Roland Octopad SPD 30. On the far left up at the top here, this is the Beltree, that sound. Then we have the lowest pitch tempo block, and then the mid-size tempo block, and then the high-pitched tempo block. Now obviously there's more tempo blocks Neil uses, but just for this demonstration and for this pad I only have limited amount of pads, so I'm going to use the three main ones, a high, a medium, and a low, and I can still get kind of that sound. And reverse. Okay, so that's the tempo blocks. Down below here I have the highest pitched tri-bell. So Neil has those tri-bells. And then we have the medium sized tri-bell. And then the lower sized tri-bell. And then I have one more cowbell here, which is just the regular cowbell. And that sounds like this. Sounds like the deeper size LP Latin percussion cowbell. So again, Neil, at the end of the drum solo, he plays that kind of Asian type of bell sound we get. Okay, that's how he would do that. And obviously, being on the left side of your set, you can use this pretty well. If you wanted to put it on the right side, normally that's where Neil would have it as well, but you have to reach over a little bit farther. Here it's right by your hi-hat, so it's really close and you can get to it pretty well. Alright, so now let's go and get inside the Roland Octopad and we'll set it up for the tuning of each one of these tempo blocks and the tri-bells. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the screen to program these pads to make them sound like the way I have these ones here set up. Okay, so as you can see from left to right, I have the Beltree, That's the farthest left upper pad. Then the first wood block, or temple block, which whatever we want to call them. And then the medium-sized one, the next one over, and then the highest pitch one. Now normally Neil would have 5 of these or 6 of these temple blocks, but you know, I only have so much room and so many pads to do these on, so I just use 3 of them. And you can get a pretty decent sound, which is pretty authentic when you're playing Rush songs such as Xanadu or The Trees or whatever. The next one's down, you'll notice that they have what they're called as go-go bells, but these are the tri-bells that Neil would have on his kit. So you have the higher pitched one, then the medium-sized one, and then the lower one. And then Latin Percussion has a lower deep cowbell, which sounds like this. So those are the 4 different ones that I have on the bottom. Again, the top ones are the tri-bells and then the 3 temple blocks. So let's get into programming them to make them sound like that pitch, because when you set these up, they all have the same pitch, and you have to change the pitch to get them to sound like the original temple blocks or the tri-bells. Alright, so what you're going to do on your Octapad is you're going to hit the menu button, and you'll see this screen come up. And you'll see it already says instruments highlighted. That's what we want. So we'll hit the enter button, and you'll see it says PC2 005. We're at the biggest cowbell. But we're going to go to the tri-bells right now, so I'm going to switch over to the tri-bells just by hitting the pad. And you'll notice that now it says bell tree PC2, and 034 is the location of it on your Roland Octapad. So you'll find that, and it'll say bell tree. Now let's go over to the next one. That's the next one to the right of the bell tree, which is the first temple block, the lower one. I have this at PC3012, and it's called the woodblock low. I used the woodblock low simply because it sounded deeper and fuller and more so than the temple block. So I used that one, and then we go on to the next temple block. Now this one's actually called a temple block. Its location is PC3014, and it's the lower one, so temple block. So you've got the lower one at 012. 014 is this one. And then the last temple block is at location PC3014. So I kept the same one, but I pitched it differently, so they sound differently. And I'm going to go over the pitch in just a minute. Alright, let's go down to the next one, which is the first tri-bell, the highest pitch. And I have that set to PC2012, the Agogo Low. Okay? That's the name of it that you'll find. And you'll put that in the top, or I should say bottom, left. Okay? The bottom left one. Now the next one after the bottom left, you go next to the right of that. That becomes the PC2012 Agogo bell. Again, it's pitched differently. Next to the right of that one is PC2012 again, Agogo low. And again, I pitched that differently. And then the last one to the right of that one is PC2005, the regular cowbell 5. So that is all the locations and the right sound that you'll need. And now let's get into the tuning of it. So I'll show you what the pitch looks like. I'm going to hit the the right arrow key, and it moves over one, and you'll notice it says tuning, and at the far right it says 0. So I didn't mess with any of the tuning of it. So I'm going to leave that on tuning right now. We're going to go back to the pads again. I'm going to hit the next pad, which is the lowest wood block or temple block. And you'll notice there that the tuning now says -500. So you want to set your lowest one to -500. The medium size, you want to set it to -250. And then the highest pitched temple block, there you go, is +400. So again, for the temple blocks, -500, negative 250, and plus 400. Let's drop down to the first go-go bell, or what they call the tri-bells. This is the highest pitch one. You notice I have it set to plus 900. The next tri-bell, the medium-sized one, it should be set to plus 600. And then plus 300 for the highest pitch one. Or I'm sorry, the lowest pitch one. So you have the highest, plus 900, medium size, plus 600, and plus 300 for the lowest pitch. And then for the last one, which is just the regular cowbell that Latin Percussion makes, is the deepest cowbell, the biggest one, is just set at 0. I didn't even mess with that as well. So that's it. That's all there is to it. Once you have those tuned, then you pretty much have the setup so that it can be played like, you know, for Xanadu and the trees and whatever else. You know, you can use it for whatever. Well, that wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions or problems about anything that I covered today, feel free to drop me a line. Or if you have any questions on the Roland Octopad itself, I'm pretty knowledgeable with it. I can help you out with that as well. Please like and subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I have probably some of the most exclusive videos on the internet as of right now as far as concerning drums and different things about drumming. So please like and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And until then, you guys take care. Keep rocking. This is Joe Drums signing off. We'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.